Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking of all 8 Spider-Man movies. I'm not including the one from the 70s that I think was a TV movie. I haven't seen that one yet and everything, so I'm not including that one on here. And I'm not going to include Venom because it's technically not a Spider-Man movie. Might be set in the same universe that Spider-Man is set in, but it's not Spider-Man, so I'm not counting that one either. I'm just counting the 8 theatrical ones we've had since 2002 and everything. So starting off at number 8 is The Amazing Spider-Man, directed by Mark Webb. I just don't really like this movie. I really try and everything. It has its moments, but I just don't really care for it. I think Andrew Garfield was miscast, although I do think he was pretty good when he is Spider-Man in the suit and stuff, but I thought he was terrible as Peter Parker and everything. But I do like some of his jokes and stuff that he does, like the "You found my weakness is knives," stuff like that. I thought that was kind of funny and everything, but I just don't really care for him as the character and everything. And it's not really that he's a bad actor or anything. He did the best that he could with what he had, but I just didn't really care for this movie and everything. I did like Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. I thought she was pretty good, and Rhys Ifans was alright as Lizard. Not one of my favorites. I was kind of disappointed with the way Lizard turned out too, but it's an okay movie and everything. So The Amazing Spider-Man is number 8, and number 7 is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, this movie does have a lot of issues. They were trying to set up sequels and spin-offs, and it had way too many plot lines going on and everything, but I still enjoyed it for the most part. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than the first movie and everything. I was slowly starting to get used to Andrew Garfield and everything. I thought the scene when Gwen Stacy dies was one of the best scenes in the movie, and one of my favorite scenes in a Spider-Man movie. I thought that was a really good scene, and I will say Andrew Garfield's performance in that scene was really good and everything. I thought Jamie Foxx was pretty good as Electro, even though I don't think he's really anything like what Electro really is, from what I've read and seen in comics and animated series and stuff like that. But I do think that he did a good enough job and everything. And I kind of liked how he was weird and quirky and stuff before he becomes Electro. And but I thought Dane DeHaan was, or Hain, or however you say his name, Dane DeHaan, I think is his name. He's just really terrible actor. Every movie I've seen him in, which I probably have only seen maybe 2 or 3 other movies, I always think his acting is just really bad and everything. I thought he was terrible as Harry Osborn and everything, and I thought his goblin look and stuff was just ridiculous and everything. But yeah, like I said, he wasn't that great either. But when I heard Chris Cooper was going to be playing Norman Osborn, that kind of made my excitement for this movie go up a little bit, because I like Chris Cooper quite a bit and everything. And then I saw the movie, and he's in there for 1 or 2 scenes, and then he's dead and everything. I was like, well, that sucks and everything. And Paul Giamatti, another actor that I'm a pretty big fan of, plays Rhino, and he was okay, but I didn't really like I didn't really like the way they did his suit and stuff, but I thought he was okay as a character, and I would have been willing to see a 3rd movie. I kind of wish we would have gotten one, just because of Paul Giamatti, and I do kind of want to know what would have happened after this, but all in all, I'm still glad that we got the MCU Spider-Man. But, so, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is number 7, and number 6 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I really did enjoy this movie. Had really mind-blowing animation. The animation is just really good. It's kind of blurry and stuff, but it's still really good animation. And it has a comic book feel to it. The voice cast was great and everything. The main reason this one's not up higher is because I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theater back in either January or December. I don't remember which month I saw it in. But I need to give it a rewatch and everything. It might go higher on a rewatch, but I did enjoy this movie a lot, and I think it is really good. I don't think it's the best Spider-Man movie like a lot of people say it is and everything. I don't agree on that, but I do think it was a really great movie, and I can't wait to see what they do with more of these Spider-Man movies. So, but it's number 6, and number 5 is Spider-Man 3, the third and final film in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. This movie was just so weird. I really used to love this movie a lot, especially when it first came out. I was like really into it and everything, and I do still like it quite a bit, but it has a lot of cheesiness, and I don't like the way they did Venom and everything. I think it should have just been Sandman, and I think they should have just had it focusing on him and the New Goblin and everything. Kept the symbiote and Venom out of this movie and everything. You could tell the studio really interfered with it and everything. I thought it was an okay movie. It has, like I said, it has some pretty good moments, some pretty cool fight scenes and everything, but it also has some really corny moments too. Like some of the dialogue is really cheesy and everything. And I know a lot of people don't like when emo Peter Parker is dancing and stuff, but I actually get a kick out of it. It's dumb, and it doesn't really have a reason to be in the movie, but I still think it's funny and everything. But this was a really big step down from the first 2 Raimi movies and everything, and I can understand why people don't like it. I personally do like it and everything, but I just don't think it's one of the best Spider-Man movies anymore like I used to and everything. I'll admit, I used to always say this was one of my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time, and it's gone down quite a bit on rewatching. I think seeing Tom Hardy as Venom also took a toll on this movie for me, if that makes sense. So, Spider-Man 3 is number 5, and number 4 is 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming. I just absolutely love this movie. It's a blast from beginning, or it's a lot of fun from beginning to end. The cast is great, especially Tom Holland. He's wonderful as Spider-Man. And I thought Michael Keaton was excellent as Adrian Toomes and Vulture. I thought he was a really good villain. I think he was the best villain we had gotten at the time since Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2 for a Spider-Man movie. And I think that the rest of the cast was really great too. The kid that plays Ned, he's hilarious and everything. I still can't get used to Aunt May being a MILF, but I think that Marissa Tomei does a good job playing her and everything. It's just weird seeing her be so hot and everything. But I do think it's a really good movie and everything. So Spider-Man Homecoming is number 4, and number 3 is the newest movie, Spider-Man Far From Home. This movie just came out yesterday, and it was a blast. I loved it. It was so fast-paced and everything. I'm thinking about seeing it again maybe sometime in the next week or two. But I really, really love this movie. It was the Spider-Man movie I've been waiting to see and everything, because I've been wanting a really good Spider-Man movie since Spider-Man 2 and everything. Like I said, I did enjoy 3 quite a bit. I'm not crazy for the Amazing movies. I did love Homecoming and Into the SpiderVerse. They were both really great and everything, but this movie just was really, really great movie. I thought the whole cast was great, and once again, I think Tom Holland gave a really great performance. I think it's his best one that he's had so far, is Peter. And I think Zendaya was great as MJ, and Ned was hilarious again, and Betty Brant, who has a much, much bigger role in this, because she wasn't hardly in the first one very much. She was great and everything. So Spider-Man Far From Home is number 3, and my number 2 favorite Spider-Man movie is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I do love this movie. It was one that really kind of made me become a superhero movie fan and everything. I already had liked Spider-Man somewhat before this movie, because I used to watch the old TV show from the 90s. Well, it ain't really old, but because it came out after I was born, so I don't know why I'm saying it's old, but I used to watch that, and I also used to watch the one from the 60s and everything. So I kind of liked Spider-Man, but this was really what really made me the Spider-Man fan I am now and everything, and I just absolutely love this movie. It's a great movie. I think Tobey Maguire was great as Peter Parker and Spider-Man and everything, and I think that it's just a really, really good movie. So that one's number 2, and my number 1 favorite Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man 2. Now, this is my favorite superhero movie of all time. It's one of my favorite movies in general. It's easily my favorite Spider-Man movie. I just absolutely love the story, the way Peter struggles with everything. Tobey Maguire gives a great performance. Kirsten Dunst is good in this again. Alfred Molina is awesome as Doc Ock. He was one of the best villains in the entire Spider-Man movies. I debate between him and Green Goblin on which one I like the most out of the two and everything, but I just absolutely love Spider-Man 2 and everything, and so it's still my number 1 favorite Spider-Man movie and everything. But let me know in the comments what your favorite Spider-Man movie is. I love all of them except for the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies. I think all of them are great except for those 2, like I said, and everything. So I don't think that well, and Spider-Man 3, I don't think it's great, but I think it's good. But all the other ones I think are really great and everything, and I probably should have put 3 under Into the Spider-Verse, and it probably will change when I rewatch Into the Spider-Verse, but I don't remember it very well, because I only saw it once and everything, so I don't remember a whole lot about it, except that I really enjoyed it. I do remember that, so I'll give it a rewatch sometime, and if I like it more, I might redo this list, or I might just wait and redo it once we get another Spider-Man movie, which hopefully won't be too long and everything. And I can't wait to see what they do next with the character and everything. So anyway, that's my ranking of the Spider-Man movies. Hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.